Happy Tuesday, TV family. Glad you started your day with us here on the NCAA Live channel, 12th day of May, 2026. I'm Dan Kuntz, your host. It is 52 degrees. Big changes coming later on today, especially tonight. Windy, cool, rain. Yesterday at this time, the National Weather Service was saying we really don't know. The ensemble computers and models that they all feed into the same system was disagreeing. Now they're pretty sure. We're going to be, the big story is going to be the wind. It's going to start getting windy, but it's going to be anywhere between breezy to downright windy starting tonight and lasting all the way through Saturday night. No real relief, and it's going to be extremely windy on Wednesday and Thursday as this cold front moves in. Get ready. We're going to see our high temperatures tomorrow are going to be 15 to 20 degrees cooler than today. That's a pretty dramatic change. And weather forecast you don't want to miss is coming up. There's a lot of news to get to. Mariners have the Astros number. They are our rival in the American League West. There's no question about that. They are our number one rival. We've now won 8 in a row against the Astros, including yesterday's victory down in Houston. One concerning point for Mariner fans, and I think almost all of us who watch this show are, Cal Raleigh is not hitting. He's like 0 for 38. He hasn't had a base hit in almost a month. But they won, and that's the most important thing. Plus everything else in the world of sports, and big day for Mike Malmin in Serve Wenatchee Valley. They got 8 tons of food. They got 4 tons of food, 8,000 pounds of food that they got to sort. They had the big food drive over the weekend. If you got that yellow bag in your mailbox, they need help today, by the way. Now they got 4 tons of food, and they got to sort it all out. We'll talk to Mike at the new location there, the new old location, if you will, on Orondo Street. That'll be in the back half of the program. It's time to see how we're looking today, and we're looking pretty darn good. High clouds. That's about it. We hit 77 yesterday, by the way. We're going to be about 10 degrees warmer today as the last of this high pressure ridge is really amplifying now, but it is a flat ridge, which means this pattern change will take place tonight as that low pressure system moves onshore and changes everything for everybody big time. By the way, most of the cities in the Puget Sound area are expected record highs today. Nice view from our Wenatchee Heights camera. Let's see what with the water. Oh, that's jump off. Guess what's next after this? I got ahead of myself. High atop jump off. Beautiful view there. Lots of transmitters and translators and repeaters and towers. It's all fenced off, very secure. You can't get there, which is the way it should be. But a great view of the Stimmill Basin. You can see the backside. You can actually see, almost make out the tower that our Wenatchee Heights camera sits on. That gives us a huge panoramic view of the entire Wenatchee Valley and the Stimmill Basin from Jump Off Ridge. Now we're going to go to Waterville and say good morning to Entiat. And that gives you, that's a lot of real estate. You can see the high clouds there that are moving in, but they're bringing some warm air with it as well. Entiat in the lower right-hand corner of your screen. That's the Waterville camera. We flip it around, and we see Waterville. Flip it that way, and we see Entiat in a rather large swath of the Columbia River. And let's see what Lake Chelan looks like this morning. Well, you can't quite make it out. McNeil Canyon. I checked this morning. They still got about another 3.5 feet to go to get the lake up to its normal level. It's very incremental. It takes a long time for them to get the bathtub filled out. Last year, it was about a foot short of being all the way full by Memorial Day weekend. And since Memorial Day weekend is earlier this year, it's as early as it could possibly be on May 25th. It's always the fourth Monday in May, and it can't get any earlier than the 25th. My guess is the bathtub will be close to full, but probably not all the way full to start the summer vacations, the unofficial start of summer vacation up the Lake Chelan way. We got some slides to show for you. We have big time winds coming our way. Look at that. That is just crazy strong. We have a wind advisory. It starts at 5 o'clock tomorrow morning and goes all day. Basically 5 a.m. to 11 o'clock on Wednesday. That's all day wind. As I already mentioned, starting tonight, it's going to be either breezy or windy all the way through till Saturday night, with very few breaks from the wind. Sometimes the wind is going to be very, very strong. Otherwise, not so much. But everybody in our viewing area is going to be dealing with some big time winds. Any possible brush or grass fire or wildfire that starts at all can get real big real fast, because this is a major wind event, and relative humidity is going to be lower than a gopher's basement. It's a Tuesday. We always do the long-term forecast from the Climate Prediction Center. This takes us from Sunday to Thursday of next week, basically the middle of the month. We are leaning towards below normal temperatures and below normal precipitation. So this long heat wave, we've had 13 or 14 days in a row, our afternoon high being above normal, including today. It'll be well above normal today. That's going to change. But as you can see, the long-term forecast for the middle of May looks to be slightly cooler than normal, and I know a lot of people who have no problems with that. From the National Weather Service and our friends at Colonial Vista Senior Living in Wenatchee, where comfort, care, and community come together. Sunny and warm, very warm for this time of the year. Our normal high is 71. We'll get to 86 today. And again, once we get into the evening hours, right around sunset, say 8:30, 9ish or so, here comes the wind. It's going to usher in some clouds. 57 for the overnight low, which is pretty mild. Tomorrow, lots of clouds, lots of wind, and some rain. We get it all as it comes barreling in. The winds will be consistent, 30 miles an hour. Tomorrow afternoon, gusts above 40. Tomorrow afternoon, and look at the high, 67. We're going to be about 20 degrees cooler for the afternoon high on Wednesday. Partly cloudy and very windy on Wednesday night, overnight low 44. Sunshine, windy on Thursday, high of 69. Partly cloudy and breezy Thursday night, 46 for the overnight low. A little bit of wind on Friday. Most of that will be Friday afternoon, but look how cool it's going to be. And look at Saturday, 63, about 10 degrees below normal on Saturday. And once you know it, it's going to be windy as well. On Saturday, the winds finally begin to die down Saturday night. Sunday's not looking too bad. Neither is Monday. But man, we're all over the map. We're going to have 6 consecutive days of the weather being different from any other day. I guess variety is the spice of life. Going to take a break and come back with your headlines. You're watching a Tuesday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel.
Fibercrete fireproof safety rooms can be the difference between life and death for you and your family. Typical fireproof safety rooms are 8x8 Fibercrete panels providing a solid sanctuary. Fibercrete safety rooms can be above ground, buried underground, or built within new home construction. Best of all, a safety room by Fibercrete is very affordable. Call 360-770-2088. You owe it to your family to find out more about Fibercrete safety rooms.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether, we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
When life gets stressful, jumping into your passions can help you find your calm. Avoid vapes, which contain nicotine and can make feelings of anxiety and depression worse. When it comes to your mental health, choose what matters. Choose you.
Vape companies market vaping as a de-stressor, but nicotine can make feelings of anxiety and depression worse. 90% of those who quit felt less stressed, anxious, or depressed. When it comes to your mental health, choose what matters. Choose you.
The Surf and Slide Water Park is open from Memorial Day through Labor Day. Surf and Slide is located in the heart of Central Washington in Moses Lake with activities for all ages and abilities. Check out Surf and Slide's Flow Rider Surfing Simulator, Lazy River, 2 200-foot water slides, tube slides, and diving boards. Our children's area includes a Treasure Island water structure, splash pad, and baby octopus slide. For season passes, visit us online or find Surf and Slide on Facebook.
52 degrees right now. We are in for a big time change in the weather beginning tonight. Going to be sunny and unseasonably warm today with a few high clouds. The clouds roll in tonight as a rather robust low slides in from the Washington coast. We're going to be 20 degrees cooler tomorrow. We're going to have rain. We're going to have a lot of wind tonight, Wednesday night, Thursday, really right into the weekend. The weather is going to change big time. Starting tonight. It's 9 minutes after the hour. The 84-year-old Omak man who was reported missing back on May 3rd was found dead on Saturday. The Okanagan County Sheriff's Department says Glenn Loudner was found dead at about 11 a.m. Saturday morning outside of Concanelli. No suspicion of foul play. Civil Air Patrol was brought in to assist and help with the search, along with a crew of 50 volunteer members from Washington Wing. A silver alert was issued on May 4th for Loudner after he was last seen near the 300 block of East Bartlett Avenue in Omak. His case remains under investigation. The North Cascades Lodge at Stehekin will be closed this summer after flood damage left the area's wastewater treatment plant inoperable. The North Cascades National Park Service Complex announced on Thursday that the lodge will not offer public services. That includes lodging, food service, retail, fuel, laundry, or showers. The National Park Service says the wastewater system is connected to essential infrastructure like concessions, park operations, housing, public showers, and the marina. Other Stehekin services, like the ferry, private shuttles and tours, they'll continue to operate during the season, and the Lakeview and Purple Point campgrounds will remain open free of charge. Of course, the closure of the lodge is the second blow to the Stehekin tourism in 3 years. The 2024 Pioneer Fire prompted evacuations of that area and limited tourism for about a month. A follow-up to yesterday's story about candidates for public office in our area filing for this year's elections. A lot of races have competitions. Incumbent officials, like the representatives from District 12, both sheriff's offices and several top Chelan County and Douglas County positions, including commissioner, auditor, clerk, and treasurer, they all have contested races. State Representative Brian Burnett is running for re-election for his seat in District 12, Position 1. He is opposed by Stacy Willoughby, a banker out of Chelan. State Representative Mike Steele is running against two contenders as part of his re-election campaign, Maggie Adams of Snoqualmie and Adam Jones, a pastor at the Grace City Church. Outgoing Wenatchee Valley Fire Chief Brian Brett filed to run for Chelan County Auditor against Brant Capel, who also filed for the seat. He was recently appointed to the position after the retirement of Skip Moore. Appointed Douglas County Sheriff Tyler Kale is running this year, along with Adam Musgrove, who's a Chelan County Sheriff's Office Sergeant, and Keith Siebert, who is the former Chief of Police of the Quincy Police Department. The primary election, August 4th, the general election on November 3rd. Construction of the Confluence Parkway project has reached a major milestone. Last week marked a full year since the construction began. In that time, the city of Wenatchee said key accomplishments of the McKittrick Street underpass include completing key foundation work and shifting Burlington Northern Santa Fe trains onto the completed east side of the bridge. Highlights of the North Miller overpass include completed mechanically stabilized earth walls that's south of the overpass and construction of the north walls all the way to Maple Street. Once completed, the project is meant to provide congestion relief on North Wenatchee Avenue, also enhance connections to local roads and businesses, and build an additional evacuation route to get out of the city just in case. The latest annual report from the Chelan County Coroner's Office shows a decline last year in the number of deaths related to drug overdoses. Coroner Earl Crow says there were 22 drug-related deaths for Chelan County last year. That's a drop from 32 overdose fatalities in 2024. Chelan County saw an increase in drug deaths, particularly from fentanyl, starting in 2019, peaking in 2024. Last year, the county also saw 19 deaths by suicide. 16 of those 19 involved a firearm, and 5 deaths by homicide, including, of course, the murders of the Decker sisters just about a year ago. Pybus Public Market is preparing for the annual Taste of Pybus fundraiser that supports its foundation. It is Thursday. It'll feature spring menu items from food tenants from inside the market. It'll have live music, it'll have art, a live auction, and community storytelling. Tickets are available by going to the Pybus Public website. They're $125 a pop. We had a chance to speak with the event's planners to learn more about it.
It's our fundraiser for the year to kind of raise money for what Pybus is, the foundation, and keeping this market going, and all the nonprofit givebacks that the foundation does.
We've been doing this for over 5 years, and I think what you can expect at the event, aside from amazing food from our tenants, is that we showcase a story, and we talk about how Pybus is woven into the fabric of this community and has been since the early 1940s.
We're going to have all the vendors here at Pybus kind of come together and show off what they're doing for their summer and spring menus this year.
We've done a partnership with the Humane Society. We have 2 puppies that we've named Mr. Pybus and Mr. Market, who will be making their debut appearance at Taste of Pybus. And then you're going to experience lovely music, beautiful art, and then just great community building. You can go to our social media, in our Instagram and in our Facebook bio. There's a link to purchase tickets. You can come down to the office and purchase tickets. And if you have any questions, you can just call us and we can guide you in that direction.
And finally, on this Tuesday, the leader of Grace City Church, Josh McPherson, sat down with their own news director, Rick Boone, to talk about his message, Grace City Church's role in the community, and a response to some of his critics. Our own Rick Boone, our news director, has this preview.
Yeah, very no-holds-barred conversation with Pastor Josh McPherson, the lead pastor at Grace City Church. This covered a number of topics from the beliefs of the church. We also talked about an upcoming event that's coming up soon, Freedom Con, that's going to be at the Gorge, coming up in about a month here, that the church will be putting on. And also I asked the pastor about what do people think about him, and his answer, well, he was pretty much to the point.
And for me, what I've found is if you get down in the mud and roll around with the pigs, 2 things happen. You get dirty and the pigs like it. And so I found that I don't burn much time arguing with people who I know hate me or disagree with me and don't want to change their mind. Because I love talking with people, such as yourself, who are naturally curious, humble, teachable, want to learn, love to hear people in their own voice, and love that productive dialogue that actually, I think, moves society forward by having honest conversations, not just taking the cheap punch with the accusations and mocking because they hate my worldview.
And you can see the entire interview with Pastor Josh McPherson, the lead pastor at Grace City Church, online on WenatcheeWorld.com for subscribers only. We'll also have this story in the Wenatchee World newspaper. In Wenatchee, Rick Boone, NCW Life News.
And that's what's going on here on this Tuesday. We have a little program that was originally called What the Heck is Going On Here on this Tuesday? Doesn't make any sense, so the evening news seemed to be more apropos. And you can watch it tonight at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock on the traditional television airing times. If it's appointment viewing, if that's how you do it, there you go, 5, 6, and 10. It's also going to be on our YouTube page right around 5 o'clock. We'll put a link in our Facebook page. We're on Roku. We're on Apple TV Plus. We're on that Amazon Fire Stick. The morning show host does this with the pen every once in a while. And we have an email address, news@ncwlife.com. Send us a news tip. We've gotten some pretty big stories because you folks pointed us in the right direction. We appreciate that. Mariners, first of 4 games in Houston last night. Good start. Sports in 2 minutes away. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
At Colonial Vista Senior Living, we believe life is meant to be lived fully. Our wellness programs inspire residents to stay strong, flexible, and confident every day. Here, curiosity is encouraged, friendships are nurtured, and every activity is an opportunity to connect, create, and enjoy life together. We invite you to experience the lifestyle at Colonial Vista Senior Living for yourself and discover why so many call our community home.
Apple Valley Honda is bringing the future of driving to you. Introducing the all-new, all-electric Honda Prologue EV. Say goodbye to gas stations and hello to a whisper-quiet ride and zero emissions. The wait is over. Finally, a local option for a quality EV from a brand with a track record of exceptional quality and reliability. Experience the Honda Prologue EV for yourself at family-owned Apple Valley Honda. Stay close to home and visit us at Apple Valley Honda today for the life you live.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCW Life, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
You trust the same doctor for your health and the same dentist for your smile. Trust Global Car Care to keep your vehicle running strong. We track your car's history so it gets the right care at the right time. With our 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty on parts and labor, you'll drive away with confidence. Global Car Care, your automotive experts. We service all makes and models, but specialize in Sprinter vans, Mercedes, Audi, Volkswagen, and BMW. Call or visit us today.
Sports at 20 after the hour. Julio Rodriguez hit a home run, and I mean a long home run. Randy Arozarena chipped in a couple of hits, and the Mariners beat the Astros last night in Houston. The final was 3-4 for Seattle. It's their franchise record 8th straight victory over the Astros, but there's one concerning trend, and that's Cal Raleigh. He went 0 for 4 again. He's actually been dropped down in the batting order. Cal Raleigh is now 0 for 36 since he last got a base hit, and that was April 27th. His slump, by the way, is the longest hitless streak in the majors so far this season.
Playing a 4-game series here in Houston. Ball hit towards right center. Coming on is Cam Smith, and he'll make the sliding catch. A little leather work shown on the infield and now the outfield to start this one.
2 great plays to get 2 outs for Peter Lambert.
Line left field base hit. Arozarena is being waved in. Bobbled for a moment by Cole out there in left field. The throw is cut off, and the Mariners are on the board. Some 2-out run production. Dom Canzone into left field. It's 1-0 Mariners. Here's Cole Young. This on the ground, and it's into right field. Past Altuve. Raley is thundering home. He is safe. 2-0 Mariners.
But that's the beauty of a bottle of vino at 8 o'clock when I go home.
This ball is not coming back.
Oh my goodness.
Hits off the signage, and Julio's hot hitting continues. His 7th of the year leaves a dent to start the 3rd.
Well, the first pitch Julio saw tonight, he almost hit it out of the ballpark. It just barely went foul. But this one was a no-doubter.
There's a ball sharply hit past J.P. Crawford into left field. It's a 3-1 game on the RBI single by Isaac Paredes, who is 3 for 3 tonight.
Nicely done by Isaac.
It's on the ground. Donovan dives, smothers it, pops up, and throws up dark to first base. He just took a hit away from Altuve.
What a fantastic play by Donovan.
Munoz trying to finish it off. His 2-2. And he does! A strikeout to end the game, and the Mariners take game 1. Andres Munoz strikes out Yordan Alvarez to finish it off tonight.
Yes, a very aggressive Andres Munoz using that fastball more than we've ever seen him use it in an outing.
When you throw 100, you should be able to do that.
A great job to George, and then, of course, the bullpen. You can't talk about this one without the bullpen. Davila getting out there, Cruz getting out there, Zardo bouncing back from yesterday, and then Mooney to slam the door there in the 9th. I thought that at bat with Yordan there was impressive, and I thought the defense behind us today was outstanding. Some tough plays, and we were able to do it, double play here and there that really helped things. So, kind of firing on all cylinders tonight, and it was a good one to get. That's what good teams do, and when you're able to kind of step up and be in those situations, and those guys delivered. And I think that the key is not doing anything differently. Those guys went out there and they were who they were. They threw strikes, they mixed pitches. I give Cal a lot of credit behind the plate tonight too, with having those young guys and guys in situations where they haven't been before, and I thought he did a really nice job of kind of guiding them through it. And it was a great job by those guys, because it's unfamiliar territory, but they went out there and did what they do.
And they'll see if they can do what they do tonight. Brian Wu will get the ball, take to the mound, 5:10 first pitch on Mariners.tv. Best case scenario is when the Mariners win and the other teams in the American League West that played lost. That's what happens last night. Mariners win. Rangers lost to the Diamondbacks 1-0, and the Guardians rolled over the Angels 7-2. All right, all of the local prep teams are now into the playoffs. The last ones were the big schools, and they start today in the District 4A soccer tournament. Eastmont will host Moses Lake in a loser-out game at 6 o'clock. Same time down in Sunnyside as they host Eisenhower on the other side of the bracket in a loser-out match tonight in soccer. Wenatchee will play Davis at Zeffel Stadium in Yakima for the championship on Thursday, but even if the Panthers lose, they still have a chance at state. In the District 5 1A 2B soccer tournament, into the semis we go. Connell will take on Kashmir at Vale Elementary at 6 o'clock tonight. Same time for Cascade hosting Royal at 6 o'clock. Both Kashmir and Cascade, by the way, are #1 seeds, and all of those teams that you see, even if they lose, still have a chance to make it to state. Not quite the case with the baseball tournament. That gets underway today. West Valley wins the championship. Now they just have to figure out who they're going to play for the district championship, and both the Panthers and the Wildcats are at home tonight at Historic Recreation Park. Wenatchee will host the Eisenhower Cadets in a loser-out game at 5 o'clock at Dan White Field across the river. Same time for Sunnyside and Eastmont in a loser-out game in baseball at 5 o'clock tonight. The District 5 2B baseball tournament continues. Both Clallam and Okanagan will move on, win or lose, but somebody's got to win. That's at 4 o'clock tonight. Not the case for the other two games. These are loser-out games. Tenasca welcomes Columbia out of Burbank at 4:30, and Lake Roosevelt has Riverview coming to town at 4:30. In the District 5 4-8 softball tournament, Eisenhower will beat Wenatchee today at 5 o'clock in a loser-out game. Moses Lake, who actually finished in a tie for first, but they ended up third in the seeding. Kind of bad luck there. They will host Sunnyside in a loser-out game at 5 o'clock in the District 5 4A softball tournament and the District 5 2A softball tournament. If Freda has to win today to keep their season alive, they'll take on Ellensburg this afternoon. And those are just some of the games that people are playing. It is International Nurses Day today because it's Florence Nightingale's birthday. We'll get to that in just a little bit. It's National Limerick Day. I got a couple of doozy limericks, but I can't say them on TV. Well, what do you do? Today is National Odometer Day, that little thing on your dashboard that tells you how many miles your car has traveled. I think life itself should probably have an odometer. Now they're all digital, and there's something not so romantic about the digital, because the old mechanical, the gear-driven ones, they would roll over, you know, when you hit those milestones. I've driven 5 or 6 cars that hit milestones, 50,000, 100,000 miles, and you know you're getting close, and then you forget, and then you look down at your dashboard, because how many of us really look at our odometer on a regular basis, and you look at it and you go, man, I've gone 100,007 miles. Why didn't I pull over and take a picture? Odometers go back to 15 BC. On a chariot wheel, as the chariot traveled, the cog wheel would engage, and they could measure exactly how far they had traveled. This is 15 BC. Then they invented another one, which basically was about the same thing, but the real pioneers in odometers that were somewhat accurate were the Mormon pioneers. Crossing over to Utah to start their new lives. They invented an odometer that, again, used a wagon wheel as their basic measurement, and it was considered pretty darn accurate. So let's appreciate the odometer. Today, I have no idea how many miles are on my car now. I mean, when you need an oil change, you can just set it, and it kind of tells you it's time for an oil change, takes the fun out of it. 28 minutes after the hour. Today in history, we mentioned pioneers, heading west from Missouri to start their new life in the New West. Well, on this date, in 1848, the Donner Party set sail, so to speak. They depart Independence, Missouri, destination California. Yeah, the Donner Party, the established trail. They left on the Oregon Trail, which was the trail, but they also left about a month behind everybody else. This was the middle of May of 1846. Everybody else traveling together in these wagon trains, they had left about a month earlier, and it takes about 6 months to make the trek. But by leaving a month later and deciding to take the Hastings shortcut, which they heard about, the Hastings cutoff instead of the established trail, they heard this is a shortcut. The Donner Party did. Turns out it wasn't too much of a shortcut. The Donner Party, 87 of them. Off they go. 48 would survive, and we all know why. Let's jump forward to 1865, 161 years ago today. way down in the very bottom of Texas, Brownsville, Texas, the last battle of the Civil War. It was more than a month after the Confederate forces had surrendered, of course. The war was essentially over. But the Battle of Palmito Ranch in Brownsville, Texas took place. Both commanders knew the war was over, but for some reason, the Union Colonel, Theodore Barrett, ordered his forces to attack the Confederates. Why, we don't know. Union Private John J. Williams of the 34th Indiana Infantry was killed. He was, therefore, believed to be the last casualty of the Civil War, the last man killed in the war. And by the way, the last battle of the Civil War, fought on this date in 1865, was a Confederate victory. And on this date 94 years ago today, 10 weeks after he was abducted from their house, their farm, if you will, outside of New Jersey, the infant son of Charles and Ann Lindbergh was discovered. A truck driver got out of his truck and went around the corner to a patch of weeds to relieve himself, and he found the body of Charles Jr. in Hopewell, New Jersey, just a few miles from the Lindbergh's home. This is after a ginormous search of about 2.5 months, and turns out he was not too far away after all. 31 minutes after the hour. Birthdays. We mentioned today is International Nurses Day. Florence Nightingale, credited, and with good reason, because it's true, the idea of modern nursing. Florence Nightingale, born in the state in 1820. She lived a long time, lived to the age of 90, made her name helping out Union soldiers during the Civil War. When you were a new nurse and you graduate and you become accredited, you take the Nightingale Pledge, and the highest single award any registered nurse can get is the Florence Nightingale Medal. That is the highest distinction available to any registered nurse. Florence Nightingale, born in the state in 1820. Katharine Hepburn, 4 Academy Awards for Best Actress. That's more Academy Awards than any other actor or actress in history. 4 of them, all of them for Best Actress, none for Best Supporting Actress. That is the record number. Her total of 12 nominations for Best Actress is surpassed only by Meryl Streep. Katharine Hepburn, born in the state in 1907. Lawrence Peter Yogi Berra was born 101 years ago today. I've read a couple of biographies of Yogi Berra, of course, best known for winning a lot. 10 times a world champion as a player, which is the most all time. If you add in his coaching duties, 13 world championships, 18 times an All-Star, 3 times the MVP of the American League, 22 appearances in the World Series as either a player or coach or a manager, basically between 1947 and 1977. It wasn't really the World Series unless Yogi Berra was involved one way or the other. 90% of baseball is mental. The other half is physical. Nobody goes there anymore. It's too crowded. It ain't over till it's over. It's deja vu all over again. You can observe a lot by just watching, and you have to go to other people's funerals, otherwise they won't go to yours. Yogi Berra, born 101 years ago today, and a war hero, fought in D-Day in 1944. And Steve Winwood, he was 16 years old when he had all those great hits with the Spencer Davis Group. 16! His inspiration was Ray Charles, and if you listen to Steve Winwood sing those early songs with the Spencer Davis Group, you get it. And then, of course, he was with all these super groups, so they Blind Faith, and then Traffic, and then his solo work, the great Steve Winwood in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but only as a member of the Spencer Davis Group, ironically enough. Go figure. Steve Winwood is 77 years old today. For Heat and Air, call Alpine Air. For Heat and Air, call Alpine Air. They are our platinum sponsor. This is what we talk about when your HVAC system really gets taxed. It's going to be 86 for the afternoon high today. It's going to be in the lower 60s for the afternoon high by Saturday. Your HVAC system's not going to know what to do. Make sure it's up to the task. And in case it doesn't, your first call should always be to Alpine Air. We're going to take a break, and when we come back with a Mike Minotti opinion, and then Mike Malmin, friendly reminder, they have 4 tons of food that they collected but during their big food drive. Now they got to sort it all out. They need a lot of volunteers today. We talked to Mike at their soon-to-be new old location on Orondo. We'll have that when we come back. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
NCW Life Channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCW Life would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
A kitchen that makes mouths water and jaws drop. A bedroom from a dream with a bath from a spa. A walk-in you never want to walk out of. A pool like the fountain of youth. And a view that never gets old. When buying or selling a home of the highest standards, it's comforting to be represented by a real estate company with standards to match. Coldwell Banker Global Luxury. Live well with Coldwell.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.
For over 35 years, the Sangster family has been not only representing GMC, but the entire community.
As one of the few family-owned dealerships in Washington, you can count on our personal integrity, which has spanned over 3 generations, to ensure your satisfaction.
Sangster Motors stands behind everything we sell, from GMC professional-grade products and service from a professional-grade dealership.
Remember, caring about your family is what brings you back to ours.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCW Life, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. No, I've heard a rumor that, I guess it's true, that Major League Baseball is going to start using robots to call balls and strikes. Well, you know, I want to say that anything that will stop us from having to yell at umpires for lousy calls, anything that will stop managers from storming from the dugout to argue, chest bump, and kick dirt on the shoes of umpires, and anything that will eliminate players' benches clearing and rhubarb starting in the field, delaying the game, and anything that will stop players and managers from being tossed from the game should never be used. Come on, this is baseball, people. What are they thinking? This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
Highlander Golf Course and Grill, your place for fun, food, and friends. Happy hour every day, 2 to 7. Try their brand new menu and famous prime rib every Saturday night. Planning a celebration? Book your holiday party, wedding, or private event, even in their exclusive simulator rooms. Highlander Golf Course and Grill, where every day is a celebration. Visit today.
Hey, welcome back to Save Mart. What can we help you find today?
We're looking for a mattress.
Oh, right this way. We got a large selection. We have this pillow top here.
Oh, comfortable.
We have more to choose from down here.
Oh.
I think I have the perfect one over here for you.
I guess we'll take this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Your piece of land demands the very best equipment. Kubota equipment. The #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S. with professional-grade mowers, versatile sidekick utility vehicles, and compact tractors that get it done right. All backed by unmatched dealer support. Talk to your dealer today to schedule a demo.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCW Life, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Welcome back to the show. We are broadcasting from inside what will soon be the new headquarters of Serve Wenatchee Valley, which was the old headquarters of Serve Wenatchee Valley. I won't explain any more than that, except a lot of things changed in the world of Mike Malmin on October 7th of last year. Turns out it wasn't such a bad deal after all, making his very first appearance, by the way, on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It's Chief Hope Officer Mike Malmin. It's nice meeting you.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you too.
I'm very familiar with this layout. Again, we're in the old office of Serve Wenatchee Valley on Orondo Street. I know this building about as good as you do. I walked in here to tape this interview as this continues, and I barely recognize the place. It is, you got to be pretty excited about getting this project done. Then you made the announcement last week at the annual meeting that you're going to, the temporary place in East Wenatchee is a good stopgap, but it wasn't the permanent solution. You did a lot of real estate shopping, commercial real estate all over the Wenatchee Valley, and in the end, you decided if you can make a go of coming back to where it all began, this is where you need to be, and here we are.
Yeah, some things changed for us. We got a call from the building's owners, the Clennons, who said they had some contiguous space open up here. When the flood happened, we were already pretty stressed at this location in terms of capacity, the amount of clients we could move through in an hour. And so with the flood came an opportunity to look for opportunities to find a larger footprint. This additional space opened up here. Things moved pretty quickly after that. We were able to sign a new lease and begin plans to enlarge the space by about 28%, dramatically enlarge our market, our food service side, where we are helping, last year, 4,000 family units getting food, through this ministry. And so the additional space was significant to us, exciting to us, and we were able to get moving quickly on the project.
The old line in real estate is location, 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 and we talked about this. This is really where you need to be. You need to be in the downtown core area for public transportation, all those things that your patrons need to have to come to Serve Wenatchee Valley, and coming home seemed the logical thing to do.
Our East Wenatchee location has been such a godsend, having a temporary place we could go out. But when you look at people that are living at or below the poverty line, most of them live far closer to this downtown location than to where we are in East Wenatchee. A lot of them have struggles with transportation. They don't own cars, or they have to use transit. They have to have a friend drive them. We do know that a lot of the transitional housing in the valley is located near this location. I had one, Scott Johnson from the Wenatchee Rescue Mission, who does a lot of transitional housing, told me, their clients need this, but they've had a hard time getting to East Wenatchee. So this is significant for our clients. It's also near the Transit Mall, which is huge for our clients. And so this space is really a blessing.
Outside of a couple of desks and cabinets that were nailed to the wall, you lost everything on October 2nd.
Yeah, and
very little salvage.
Yeah, and we lost those too, because they all turned out to be rotten. I think a lot of them are in a pile here right now. But we pretty much lost everything. We saved a couple computers. All our refrigeration was shot. The valley was so generous in getting us back up and running. We got about $89,000 from our insurance, which largely went to just getting us back up and running. None of that money is available for what's going on here.
So where is the money coming from, I guess, is the next logical.
Well,
this is a remodel. These things aren't cheap.
No, it is. But you know what? It's the cheapest thing for us.
Right.
And that's important to us. There's a lot of great organizations right now that are doing some really remarkable capital projects in this community. When we were evaluating our place in the community, our goal was to stay away from a large building project, try to keep our rents low, and try to find a space that best served our client, because what we're not spending in rent or remodeling, we can be spending on food and rental deposit assistance. So this space turns out to be spectacular for that. We are starting a campaign called Hope for Tomorrow. We're looking for people to chime in and give to this ministry if they feel led, if they feel this is a valuable thing in our community. You can go right to our webpage at servewenatchee.org, find the Hope for Tomorrow icon and click on it. It'll tell you all about this project. We still don't have our final estimates in. We anticipate those coming in the next couple of weeks. We're hoping our conditional use permit and building permits will come through in the next 5-6 days, and we can begin construction. We're getting some insurance money from the building owners that will get us started on the project. We did receive a significant anonymous donation that'll get us hopefully about halfway to 2/3 of the way through the project, and we anticipate we're going to need probably an additional $175,000 to $200,000 to complete it, which is very affordable when you compare it to starting at a new location or attempting to purchase and remodel a building. In this valley. This was the most cost-effective that allowed us to push money towards our services.
Outside of the additional square footage, which was badly needed, also gives you a chance to maybe reimagine what you guys need to do here physically at your space, your footprint. And one of the things you noticed immediately is that your office space, which you inherited from the previous client, was just too big. You could make much smaller offices, and that frees up space for your patrons for the things that you really need to do.
Yeah, we have an architectural firm that's doing pro bono work for us, Olson Kundig, and we've really prioritized two things. One is efficiency. We want this to be efficient, an efficient space. But the other is client dignity and safety. And so both of those elements are being worked into the new design. Also, there's going to be a lot of parts of the design that is going to communicate to people that Jesus loves them, that the churches of this valley love them, and that we love them. And we know that they're going through a hard time, and we want to be here to help them however we can. So this is going to be a much more efficient space. The market's going to be enlarged by about 2/3, which means we can get more clients through in an hour. Anyone that comes to Serve Wenatchee does an intake, and we determine the level of services we can provide for them. They're vetted, in other words. And for our clients, we know that we have to say no during certain times of the day. We just don't have a room. This will change all of that.
You have a warehouse, not in this campus, that where you store a lot of the canned goods, the stuff that has a long shelf life, and then you make the trips back and forth. This will probably allow you to store more of that food here on site and not have to make all those trips back and forth to South Wenatchee.
It will. And I'll say this as well, too, another kind of side announcement of this. We just announced we're going to be renting from the Lighthouse, their bottom floor there, just to store things, to get them over here. It's going to be a much more affordable option for us, which again allows us to churn more money into resources for the families we serve.
Did the old your temporary home in East Wenatchee, did that have enough square footage for the time being to store that stuff that you needed?
We made it work. We made it work. You know, some of the challenges there were, and it's been great. It's such a blessing to us, but we couldn't fit our commercial refrigeration units in there, so we're using a lot of used, donated refrigerators and freezers. And we have to do a lot of warehouse runs because the market was really probably about less than 2/3 the size of our old market. So this will be a huge feeling of expansion for us when we get into this space.
Not going to give you a timeline because, quite frankly, we don't know. It's a remodeling project, so there's always unanticipated circumstances, problems that you come across. So we're looking at maybe late summer, being loosey-goosey here.
Yeah, we're hoping that the construction process from demo to completion will take somewhere in the area of 3 months. But the projects like this, all sorts of surprises can come up. We are hoping that it'll be end of summer, early fall. It's going to be uniquely challenging for us because those are when all our major events hit. Closed for the classroom, Codes for Kids. So we may be running 2 events at the same time we're trying to get ourselves back up and running at a permanent location.
Are you getting a lot of auction items donated to you for the big auction coming up at the end of May?
We need auction items right now. We've got a lot of people. We still have some tickets available, although we're coming closer to being full in terms of tables. We've got a lot of great auction items, but we could always use more. In particular, looking for events, activities, gift cards. If you have a vacation home you're willing to let a family use for the weekend, put that up on the market. We could definitely use donations for our auction right now, and we're trying to make that money from that auction go specifically to food and rental assistance, not this building. That'll be used to, the auction will be used really to push food and rent. So yeah, if you're listening to this, watching this, if you've got something you'd like to donate, artwork, we're looking for new items, reach out to us. You can go to our website to donate. You can call me directly at Serve Wenatchee, but we could definitely use more items there. And of course, you're welcome to get on, buy a single ticket, $40. You can buy a table of 8 for $300. We're running out of tables of 10. I think we maybe only have one left, but hop on it and purchase tickets.
One question, I think I've asked you this before, and if I haven't, I was in the wrong, but this makes perfect sense to me. There are people out there who are retired, fully retired. They get a lot of volunteer time. They may not have any marketable skill that would help your organization out at all, except time.
Yeah.
There's people out there who said, Mike, I'll donate my time. I don't know anything about bookkeeping. I don't know anything about spreadsheets. I don't know anything about inventory, but I still want to help you out.
One of the things that people don't realize is Serve Wenatchee is almost entirely volunteer driven. We have 5 employees. I'm the only 40-hour a week employee. Most of what happens during
Mike
the day.
hasn't done a 40-hour week
right.
since he took the job.
Yeah.
A good week is a 62-hour week.
So October changed things, right? But our market every day, our front office is all run by volunteers. Those are the people that are meeting with and helping our clients. We have major events coming up. We always need volunteers for those events. We're going to need volunteers when we move back over here.
Exactly.
So time, people giving their time is as significant to us as people giving their money or giving cans of food. Because what happens at Serve Wenatchee happens because caring people say, I'll come and give a couple hours and help.
Mike Malmin, everybody from Serve Wenatchee Valley. Again, no real timeline. Serve Wenatchee Valley has not changed at all. The need will never get less. We talked about this off camera.
Yeah.
It's like I've been working ever since the Bob Shepard days trying to figure out how to drive you people out of business. Yeah. I've failed completely.
Yeah.
I still want to make that goal of having what you guys do not needed, but the need's always coming.
Yeah, I would love to work myself out of a job. Yeah. But as long as there are struggling families that are hardworking folks trying to get by and just need a little help in this valley, I'm going to do this job. And if you want the real tangible way you can help right now is, tomorrow, Saturday, May 9th, is the Letter Carriers Food Drive, the Stamp Out Hunger. If you're watching this right now, go fill a bag with groceries, put it out by your mailbox in the morning, and all that food will be distributed to people that need food in this community. And it's a big one for us. It can provide 2 months of food for our food bank. That's huge.
They have great buying power too, which is why monetary donations are great. They've made arrangements with all kinds of local grocery stores to get a lot of food at a considerable discount. It's just full circle, babe.
Yep, no government funding.
Yep.
Wenatchee folks helping Wenatchee folks.
Mike Malmin making his first appearance here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It's nice meeting you.
It was a pleasure meeting you, Dan Kuntz.
Yeah, and don't forget the auction, May 29th.
May 29th, Saddle Rock Presbyterian Church.
Mike Malmin, everybody, give him a big hand as we're talking to him in the middle of a big nowhere. And we'll be right back.
News, weather, and sports. It's all here weekdays at 5, 6, and 10 on your local news source, the NCW Life Channel.
Community is more than just a place. It's the people, stories, and connections we share. At the Wenatchee World, we're your neighbors, your storytellers, and your trusted voice. From uncovering the issues that matter most to celebrating the moments that bring us together. We deliver the stories that keep the community moving forward. The Wenatchee World, your community voice, here every day.
First things first, as we send you down the road on this Tuesday, my live read for pool to spa services. I will promise you I will eventually memorize this. I'm getting pretty close. Upgrade relaxation with a Bullfrog Spa featuring the exclusive Jetpack Therapy System. It's personalized comfort in every seat, and who doesn't want that? Visit Pool to Spa Services in Wenatchee, and you can design a spa that's built for you. Everybody's tushy is a little bit different. Can you say tushy on television, Malcolm? Yes, I can. We have time. We fired up another set of cameras, I believe, our PTZ cameras. Let's see what the valley looks like on what's going to be a very quiet day compared to what is in store. I got a weather forecast that's going to make your jaw drop in just a little bit. There's the Wenatchee Valley live shot right now, 54 degrees. Temperature really hasn't moved much. Ephrata's already at 64 degrees. Ephrata in the basin, you could get up to 90 today. It's going to be plenty warm here in the valley, but we're not going to get that warm. We're not going to get anywhere near, say, the Ephrata. Good morning to Leavenworth from our Tumwater Canyon camera. Panoramic view of Leavenworth. In fact, actually, you can see Blag Mountain, which is also one of our favorite camera things. That's Blag Mountain protruding on the upper right-hand corner of your screen. We have a camera on top of that, too, high above Beshaston, but a beautiful view of the Leavenworth area. From that camera. Up to Billy Goat we go, the camera that shows us more real estate than any other out there. I don't know how many square miles that is. I'm going to go out on a limb and say lots. Good morning to the Methow River as it flows into the Columbia in the beautiful hamlet of Pateros. We can see Brewster. Pretty good as well. The closest weather station in that area is Omak. Omak's at 54 degrees. Nobody's dealing with any wind right now. That's going to change. And up to Nanapoc Ridge, looks pretty cloudy. Up Lake Wenatchee way, snow continues to melt there. Can't really make out Fish Lake very much, but I can tell you for a fact it is there. So it's going to be very warm today, and then everything changes big time tonight. We have a wind advisory. It starts at 5 a.m. tomorrow morning, goes all day, all the way till 11 o'clock on Wednesday night. In fact, starting tonight, all the way through Saturday night, as the trajectory of this low pressure comes flying in here, moves on shore. It's going to be windy. It's going to be either breezy or downright windy, especially tomorrow, but everybody is going to be dealing with some serious wind. Tomorrow we're going to have some rain as this sucker rolls on in here. Most locations will see their high temperature tomorrow 15 to 20 degrees cooler than today, and really cool over the weekend, so get ready for some big winds, especially on Wednesday, but it's really not going to lit up at all. As far as the long-term forecast from the Climate Prediction Center, we do this on Tuesdays, starting Sunday of this week and going through Thursday of next week, basically the middle of May. We're leaning towards below normal temperatures and below normal precipitation. That's what it's looking like. So it's going to be dry but fairly cool starting on Sunday of next week. But now our normal afternoon highs are bumping up into the lower 70s. So here we go. We get it all today. The ridge is going to amplify. We'll see a few high clouds. That's about it. Extremely warm, high of 86 degrees after hitting 77 yesterday. And then things start changing. Mostly cloudy tonight, 57 for the overnight low. The winds will be picking up in intensity as the evening progresses. And then Wednesday, we get it all. 70% chance of showers, lots of clouds, lots of wind. It'll start out at about 20 miles an hour. Then it's going to be about 30 miles an hour sustained in the afternoon, gusts above 40 miles an hour, and that's just for the Wenatchee Valley. There are a lot of locations, of course, that are susceptible to wind. They are exposed ridges, and they are associated with the Cascade Gaps as this wind intensifies. Places like Waterville, you could see gusts at 50 miles an hour. On Wednesday, it's not going to die down at all. Wednesday night, going to be windy all night. Wednesday night, it's going to be windy on Thursday, cooler still. Look at the high temperature on Saturday, just 63 degrees. And once you know it, on Saturday, it's going to be breezy as well. Look at that forecast. 5 straight days of completely different weather. Well, provided the show isn't canceled, I will see you tomorrow. Have a great Tuesday. Bye-bye.